Clothing option number 1, you have to have black pants and a long-sleeved white collared shirt. Girls' hair, long hair needs to be pulled back, or boys with long hair, their hair needs to be pulled back. No jewelry, no nail polish, no hats, and then you want to have closed-toed shoes, dark preferably, but if you don't have dark, that is alright as well. For clothing option number 2, the same, black long pants, closed-toed shoes, and a collared shirt and a show jacket. So my show jacket does not have to have a collar, but have a collared shirt on underneath. Has to be long sleeves.
Please place your animal on the table. Please handle your animal. Please place your animal back on the table. Please examine your animal.
So first I'm going to show you how to pose your rabbit. So when you first walk up to the table, you're going to have your rabbit tucked in your arm like this, and then the judge is going to ask you to put your animals on the table. So to do that, you're going to grab his ears, and then put his butt down first, then his front feet, and then you're going to completely pick him up off the ground. So no toenails, no feet, nothing is touching the carpet. You're going to turn him to face the judge, and you're going to set him down. And then you're going to put one hand on his face and the other hand on his back side. And then you're going to push it up just a little bit. And then you're going to take one hand, the same hand, and put his front feet under each shoulder. And then his back feet under each hip. And then you're going to take the tail and you're going to lightly pull up on the tail. And then you're going to pull up on the ears just to set them. And then you're going to run your hand down the back and step back and smile. So now we've come to handling your rabbit. So when you go to handle your rabbit will be facing the judge, And to turn it around, you're going to completely pick it up off the ground, no feet on the carpet, turn it towards either side, and then you're going to take 3 fingers. You're going to take your pointer finger and you're going to put it right in between his ears. Then you're going to take your middle finger and then you're going to scissor this ear, and then you're going to take your thumb and you're going to completely wrap it around the ears. And then you're going to make a fist, just like this. This gives you full control over the rabbit. Then you're going to lift him up, and you're going to take this hand, you're going to wrap it all the way around, and you're going to scoop him up, tuck him into your armpit, and make sure all of his feet are tucked. The judge doesn't want to see any of his feet hanging down. Then you're going to step back and smile. The judge will then ask you to place your rabbit back on the table, and you do it the same way you did before to pose your rabbit. You'll step up to the table, got your 3 fingers, grab his ears, put his bottom down, then his front feet, and then you're going to completely lift him off the ground and turn him towards the judge. Then you're going to take one hand, again on the face, and you're going to repeat the posing steps. Push his bottom up, then you do his front feet underneath each shoulder, his back feet underneath each hip, pull up on the tail, pull up on the ears, and then you're going to run your hand down his back and step back and smile. So now we've come to the final steps. You're going to learn how to examine your rabbit. So the judge will say, please examine your rabbit. You're going to pick it up and turn it to whatever side is most comfortable. Again, no feet on the ground, completely off the carpet. Turn it towards a side and set him down. You're then going to take one hand and put it down at your side. The other is going to pinch the base of each ear. Then you're going to look inside the ear and run your fingers up the edges to make sure that there are no such things as ear mites and tears, and check the tattoo. You do this for each side. Then you take one finger and you don't touch the eye. You gently rub your finger by its eye to see if it blinks. If it doesn't blink, it's okay, but you're checking for blindness. Then to flip over your rabbit, you again take your scissor fingers, your 3 of them. You put your pointer finger in the middle, your middle finger on the outside, and you scissor it. And then you take your thumb and you wrap it around and make a fist. Then you take your other hand, just like you're going to pick it up and tuck it into your body, but you're going to put your hand on his bottom like this and wrap it around. You're going to pull up on the ears and you're going to pull his bottom towards you in one fluid motion. After you've got him flipped over, you're going to lean over the rabbit and take this arm and pull it back by his eyes. This way he can see you coming when you go to touch his nose. You take your fingers and you rub each side of the nose. Then you pull back on the lips to check the teeth. Then you take your finger and you rub its neck to check for abscesses. Then you pull up on each foot. And then you check the toenails. To check the toenails, you put your thumb in the middle of its paw and you pull back on the hair just a little bit with your finger to see that he has all 4 nails and 1 dew claw. You do this on both sides. Then you take your hand and you put it underneath his armpits, and then you're going to run your hand down his belly. You're checking for abscesses and the straightness of his hind legs. You continue out till you get to his feet and just let your hand go. Then you go to the hocks. You take your thumb and you rub the bottom of each hock. Then you check the toenails, the same way you check the front feet. You want 4 on each foot. Then you check the sex of your rabbit. You take your pointer finger and you push up, and then you take your thumb and you push on the other side. Then you take scissor fingers again and a thumb, and you just pull lightly down his tail to check for straightness. To flip him back over, you grab onto his bottom right here. Just put your hand there and guide it as you pull with his ears. Once you've got him flipped over, you put one hand on his face, and then you pull up on the tail to check for straightness. Then you take your fingers and you check the ears for straightness as well. Then you check the fur and the meat quality. First, you go down all the way, checking for meat quality. Then you go back up to check the fur. And then back down to lay his fur flat. Then you're going to pick the rabbit up. Again, no toenails touching the ground. Turn it to face it towards the judge. And you're going to scrunch up its butt. You're going to take your hands and you're going to put 1 foot under each shoulder, 1 foot under each hip. Pull up on the tail, set the ears, run your hand down the back, and step back and smile. During showmanship, it's really important that you keep eye contact with the judge and that you smile. You want to show them that you're having a good time and that you are making a connection with the judge by keeping the eye contact. You want to make sure the judge is paying attention to you and that he knows that you know that he's there.